It's the same with most things, really. They either affect you negatively or in a more positive way. Sometimes somewhere in the middle. Sounds on the obvious side, I know. I'm sorry, I don't wish to be rude, but is this going to take long? I've got a hairdresser's appointment at 3 and Natasha's a complete sod to rebook.
Sorry. I have a blinding fucking headache. But that's what happens when you mix prescription drugs and alcohol. Never a good idea to mix the two. So, take note. But then again, when you're drinking a concoction like that, it makes you think. Questions like, do you want to live, forever?
Not sure, really. I think there's definitely a lot to be said about those super strong type relationships that some people are lucky to have. The ones that can survive anything. I've only ever had one proper relationship so far. I think when you've met someone special. It's instinct, really.
Yo, can I get another one of those? Yo, first off, yeah, I can't even talk about women too much. Reasons for that is, well, I'm taken. And my beautiful fiance, man, she's a little bit on the jealous side. Listen, I ain't even joking about that, man, seriously. Because my lady Shanice, she'll basically kill me if I start opening up to you about all of those exes down the line. Or all of those fine ladies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think I fucked up there, innit?
Oh, I saw the ad for the gig and wondered if there'd be any girls here because, I'm sexy, I'm single, and I'm ready to mingle over a cup of tea and a Pringle. At this precise moment in time, I am very much available, so please, girls, form an orderly queue. I'll be honest with you. I've never had a problem getting a shag. Fucking ever. But people think I'm a right cocky cunt. And I'm not. That's not me. That's not the real me. That's just the show. Deep down, we all just want to be accepted and loved, don't we? Sex, that's the quick fix, but love, that's the long term. That takes more effort and commitment than I've ever had to fucking give. Not that sex is quick with me, yeah? I'm not a two-pump chump, if that's what you're thinking, mate. Just saying I got feelings. Believe it or not, I've had my heart broken before. Yeah? Big time.
Oh, don't get me started on relationships. Men are such fucking bastards. Shit. Sorry for swearing. Can I swear or... Well, anyway, in my experience, men are only ever after one thing, and that's sex. Oh, sure, at first they'll promise you the world and all the bright stars in the sky. The usual lines you get. It's tragically predictable. I've never met a good one yet. Honestly. Women, though. Well, that's another story.
Do I get a lot of attention from guys? Well, yeah, a bit. I did when I left school and when I left and got my first temping job. Nothing too overpowering, though. I dealt with it fine. I did have one bad experience, though. Which which scared me, to be honest with you.
So I do a lot of work in the local community and a fair amount of charity work too. I like the feeling of being able to give something back, you know? So I help the elderly, and I used to have my own Meals on Wheels firm. But more recently, I'm concentrating on supporting the kids in the local community, some of which may be from disadvantaged families. Yeah. It's incredibly rewarding, and they give me that respect, so it's a two-way thing. You know what, there's a long way to go, but we'll get there. Yeah, I've got every faith in that.
When I was 11, maybe 12, I used to love nothing more than to go into the garden with 2 small matchboxes that my granddad gave to me a long time ago. And I'd go on a hunt for spiders. If, of the off chance, I was lucky enough to find them, and you know I don't mean the small fucking tiny titchy things, I mean the big bastards, right? You know, the ones that would fucking hide inside walls all day long, waiting for you or something to come along so that they can pounce on. Well, we used to have a brick wall in the garden with this big gap along the brickwork, and inside lived this spider, and it was fucking huge. I mean, fuck knows how I got inside the bloody matchbox, but I got it inside eventually. I remember 2 of its legs had snapped off with the effort of slamming the box so quickly. It was fun. I just wish the same could be said for Amy. I mean, we started off as friends, but I don't know.
So,
I guess it just got complicated.
I know you're not going to like this, but I can't talk to you anymore. In fact, it's better if we don't stay in touch at all, okay? You say one thing, then you mean another. You've got problems. You need to get help, and I don't appreciate the threats, okay? So, don't say you're going to come around here, because I'm moving out soon to another place. I hope you manage to get the help you need.
It's such a shame, because Amy was actually alright. I would go as far to say that she knew me a little bit more than most. But she lied though. She wasn't moving out at all. Shame.
Couldn't whack a JD and Coke in there, could you, mate? So, the other day I was thinking back to when I was at school. It was a right laugh. We had some proper giggles. I used to badly fancy this one teacher. Miss Taylor, her name was. Oh, she was a right fucking salt. She used to wear all those proper naughty outfits, you know, tight jeans and the top where half her tits were out. Oh, God. She was the English teacher. All the boys used to fancy her. She fucking loved it. Obviously, she couldn't admit to loving it, you know, ethics and all that, but all the attention she got, something had to give. I often wonder, you know, if she strummed herself silly when she got home. Probably not straight away, you know. Do the homework first. God, those were the years. I can't tell you how many times I wanked myself silly thinking about her. Surprised I didn't go blind.
Seriously, I've had so much trouble with blokes in the past. Promises and fucking lies. Every one of them. I'm not being bitter or anything. Just honest. You know what I've been thinking? Well, I'm not too sure I should say this, but having a same-sex relationship. Not that I'm gay or anything. And of course, there's absolutely nothing wrong if I was, but I just want someone to love me, really. What time is it now?
I stood silent once. Completely still. Shut my mind to the outside world and just drifted off into another zone. I felt a cleansing, a new sense of purpose, like a hard reset of the brain, away from the emotions, the shit, the piss, the perfume, and acrid stench of death. It all went away, and from that moment on, I knew I could rectify the mistakes of the past. Old buildings and the memories that live there within.
I remember walking home from college one afternoon and I had this feeling that I was being followed. And I looked behind me and there was this man who then suddenly pretended to be on his phone. I mean, it's so fucking obvious, right? He even jumped when I looked back at him. So I carried on going, but a bit faster. Remember, I even thought about using my phone to call my uncle because he works for the government, and I thought if anyone could save me, then it's him. Silly, I know, but I was just so scared.
So yeah, school was a proper laugh when I decided to go. Had a few fights as well, as you do when you're kids. I weren't actually a great fighter, to be fair. So to make up for it, I'd fight dirty. I'd go straight for the bollocks. Fucking middle wicket cricket. Oh, have some of that. They'd go down, crying, obviously. Fucking holding their twig and berries, then wallop. In comes the boot, straight across the face. Lights out, mate. I was a vicious little cunt, to be fair. Another thing I remember from school was taking the shortcut home. Not really sure I ever got over that, to be fair.
Of course, I try to be nice to everyone I meet. It's all about respect. I believe in karma. You treat people good, and you get the goodness back. That's what I believe anyway. Some of my friends don't believe that, but you know what? That's cool.
You see, I always struggle at times to really understand, or at least try to understand how people can live with themselves. The fucking lies. The deceit, the jealousy, the hate. No one's ever honest anymore. What happened to us? How did we get lost along the way? Why do we enjoy putting each other down when we should be building each other up? I know I'm to blame. But so are you. We're all culpable in some way or another. You see, that's the problem. It was the same for Amy. She said she'd care for me. She said she'd be there. And those fucking lies. I mean, why fucking say it if you don't fucking mean it? I need a minute.
Back in the day, I was a bit of a bad boy. Got into a lot of things I shouldn't have. But everyone's got those demons. It's about how you deal with it and how you make a better life for you.
When I was younger, I had a fear of drowning. And it's still something that stays with me now, to be honest with you. I remember watching this film. I can't remember what it was called, but it seriously messed me up. And I had nightmares for ages. And there was this old woman who lived in this rundown house, and she was calling out to me saying she was going to throw me in the river. And the nightmares got worse. And I was drowning and trying to breathe underwater, and I'd wake up fighting for my breath with my mum towering over me with a terrified look on her face. Sorry. I don't like talking about it. It's like it never leaves you.
When I was younger, I used to give out 4 licks to people, but only to those that deserve it. You know, I'm not like that anymore. I'm more chilled out, more older and wiser. And you realise that there's more to life. Like becoming a father. Yeah, that's happening to me. And it's overwhelming. But I'm ready. Yeah, real talk, man. I still give out 2 licks of people. Oh, come test me now!
So basically, sometimes I take this shortcut that would get me home a lot quicker. But in order to do so, you had to walk past the scariest fucking house you have ever seen. I mean, I'm not even joking, this place was trouble. Years earlier, it was in the news saying they found this old couple dead in there. And then this little girl drowned herself in the bath. There was loads of stories, which is why none of the kids would go anywhere near it. It had a lot of history, you know, and all of it was bad. Well, this one time, I stopped and, you know, had a nose about when suddenly this old wrinkly hand just appeared from behind the curtain. I fucking legged it, mate. I've never run so fast before in my fucking life. I remember getting home and telling my dad about it, but all he did was beat the shit out of me with a newspaper and said, "Don't you ever go anywhere near that fucking house again." Fucking proper shit me up, mate.
Oh, God, where do I start with that? I was a very timid girl during my younger years. My mother used to say I was scared of most things, which of course wasn't true. I did have a bit of an active imagination though, because when I was about 7, that's when I first saw Mr. Shadow Man in my bedroom. He was a ghost that lived in my wardrobe. Well, not in my wardrobe, in between the brickwork, just behind where the wardrobe was. He lived there long before we moved in. And apparently he'd helped build the house a long time ago, but sadly died during its construction. The scary thing was they couldn't afford a funeral for him, so they just cemented his body into the wall.
You see, I just wanted to do something special. All my life thus far was just letdown after constant letdown. Nothing made sense. And everything was just shit. So there needed to be a change. So ask yourself this. Are you really happy with your life? For you and the ones that you love? Isn't it just a band of repeats of bland and useless fucking day after day of bollocks? Well, I've made a change. Something a bit different. A bit of sleight of hand. A circle of inevitability, you could say. So you can ask yourself this. When the darkness comes, will you be ready?
Yo, is this tap or mineral? No, the last one was alright. But this one's got a little bit of nastiness involved. You know what? You need to go and get me some rum to wash this dirtiness from my mouth. Don't let me dash 2 licks on you, you know. Nah, look, I was only just fucking with you, man. I wasn't being serious. You looked a bit terrified there. No, but on the real, can I get another water though? Nah, because like I wasn't fucking about with you there. Like this one does taste like it's been dipped in batty. You know what? I heard a lot about that place, and a lot of the kids were saying that a juju man had put a curse on it, and there's bear stories coming out of that yard. I don't know what to believe. You know, I ain't superstitious, but I like to keep an open mind on things. I heard that this duppy woman used to scare the ass out of the kids. That's madness.
Fuck. Oh, I know I had a couple of beers last night. Oh, fucking hell. I didn't realise it would fuck me up this much. Have you got what you needed, mate? I might just take that 500 quid and get on my way if that's all right.
My heart's beating fast, you know. I think I'm scared myself. I don't feel right.
We moved out when I was 10. I don't miss the house at all. Not with all the bad history there. I'm sorry. Feeling a bit queasy. Please, may I have another glass of water?
Without causing so much grief. You don't have to do this. I can take it from here.
No, it's fine. They didn't think I'd be up for this either.
Yeah? Well, I can see why.
I thought you'd quit those.
Yeah, I did. Fucking lot of good it done me and all. You go in. I'll wait here.
So? Forensics been yet?
About an hour or so ago, sir.
Good. Go on, you might as well get yourself off home. I'm probably going to be here for a while.
Look, about your niece. So sorry.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Go on, go get yourself a cup of tea.
Remember, I even thought about using my phone to call my uncle because he works for the government, and I thought if anyone could save me, then it's him.
So it's done now. I told you I'd do something different. I won't have to explain it. You can work it out. You can have as much fun doing that as I have with doing this. Oh, and before I go, that house they all mentioned about, you know, the creepy one. I used to live there. Just me and my gran. And she hated kids. All of them. Except for me.